Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another edition of Dream Setlist, the second to last day of the special show we're doing throughout the month of March. In the co-captain's chair today, we haven't seen him here in a while. I've seen him quite a bit, but you haven't seen him. My little brother, Rich Pardo. What's happening, my friend? How are you?
Good. How's everyone out there? Hopefully they enjoy what we're going to do with Dream Theater.
I think so. We've had a lot of people asking for Dream Theater, and Rich only comes on the show to talk about Dream Theater Symphony X. So here he is, Dream Theater. Got to do it. So I've asked my little brother to put together the ultimate Dream Theater show that he would like to see, just like I ask everybody who does this with me here on this particular series. And Rich has already forewarned me that he's got a 3+ hour show. So everybody strap yourselves in. No, he's not going to take 3.5 hours to talk about it, but he's going to give us his dream set list from wherever it might be, past, present, future, whatever. So kick it away or take it away.
Okay. So my 3.5 hour bonanza, as I like to refer to it, the place, well, actually the tour that it would be the Chaos in Motion tour, but only because I want to include a couple songs from that particular CD. So it's not necessarily, I liked all the stuff they did with the backdrops and all that stuff with the videos. That was cool. But it's more about what songs I wanted to include and the lineup. As far as the venue, I'm going to go back to venue that was my favorite Dream Theater show was Roseland Ballroom when we saw the Metropolis Part 2.
Yeah, that was perfect for that show.
Yes. That was a. It's more so the memory than anything else. Like we just had a fantastic time that night. So yeah.
Just so everybody knows why we're laughing. That was like an all-day thing. So it was like the two of us and like I think 4 of my buddies. And we spent the whole day like drinking and eating, then went to the show, and it was like mind-blowingly good. And then the evening continued after that, which I won't get into, but yeah, it was just a lot of fun. And the album, we were so into the album. They played the whole thing. It was just a great experience. They played some,
and they played it perfectly that night. So,
yeah. And the Dixie Dregs opened up for me. That was amazing. So it was just a great show overall. And God, it's hard to think of how many years ago that was already now.
That was 2000.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I know was the T-shirt that I bought at that show I could never wear again because it had the Twin Towers on it.
Yeah.
And it was in flames. So I'm like, nope, not doing that. Not wearing that.
That'll be worth some money someday.
No, it won't, because I had somebody make a mask from the Dream Theater logo that was in the back. Nah, I don't want to make money off of that shirt.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like 20 years from now, it's like that's going to be like a relic from
Yeah, I kept the front of the shirt. That I kept.
That's good. All right.
So I had the artwork, but yeah, nah. It just once that happened, I couldn't wear it. Not gonna do anything.
And they changed the cover of that live album pretty quickly too.
Yes, yes, that they did.
So anyway, not to derail your set, so continue.
Yes, yeah. All right, so I am going to start off the set with probably my favorite song, which is Metropolis Part 1. Every time I hear that song, it just sends chills up my spine when it starts. So I think that's just the perfect song to start off the set with. And as you'll notice, a lot of my songs, I go the heavy route with most of them. So I don't see how the band could actually play this live, this set, because they'd have no breaks with anything. So start off with that. Then I'd move on to As I Am, another song I love, and actually that was a tour that I loved also. When we saw them at the where was it, the theater at Madison Square Garden,
or whatever it was called at the time. Was it called the theater, the Paramount?
Or the Paramount. I think it was the Paramount.
Yeah.
So, yeah, love that tune. It rocks. It's just perfect. After that, I go to the Falling to Infinity album with New Millennium. So, I like that tune also. It's just, I think it's perfect. Then I go for one song off of Wake. I don't know if you'd pick this one, but Lie. I wanted something a little more straightforward, shorter. Just kind of goes with the first four songs, I think. So um, next song, I wanted to get a little more intricate and a little bit longer. So I went to The Great Debate at 13 minutes and 40 seconds. So like that, love that tune. After that, go to Forsaken, another more straightforward song, but actually one of my favorite songs from Dream Theater. It's one of the shorter ones, but I just love the guitar in that song. It's just really cool. Then I go back a little bit to Learning to Live, another one of my favorites. After that, we go to Peruvian Skies, back to Falling to Infinity. Another song I love, especially in concert. I love that song.
Yeah.
It really rocks. And also after that, I want to get one song from all the albums up to Systemic Chaos. So I chose Fortune and Lies because I really haven't heard that too many times. I may have only heard it once. Of all the times I've seen that.
I haven't seen him play in a long time, and I think we've been to almost all the same shows together. So,
but I can only remember hearing that once. So I figured I got to play something from that album, and that's what it was going to be.
I'm surprised they don't do it more often because Labrie actually sings that pretty good when he does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Then I move on to Caught in the Web. Yeah, that's a song that we used to hear a lot more way back, not as much anymore. And then I finish off the first part of the concert before they have a break because they need it with Endless Sacrifice.
Nice.
Another one of my favorite songs. And I think that's the perfect way to end that particular part of the set. Take a little break and then to come back out with Root of All Evil.
Nice.
I wanted one song off Octavarium, and that was the one that I like. After that, I played, I figured I want to see them play two songs off of Metropolis Part 2, and only two, because they go together. Through Her Eyes, because I just love the feeling that the song has, and I also think that they need a slower song in the whole set somewhere. And I just, going back to that show that we saw, I thought that was one of the best songs that they played that night. Just the feeling with the I think they had a chorus with them. Yep. Yeah. And the woman who, the ending of the song where she does she starts chiming in, that was really good. After that, of course, they have to play Home. I just, that's go from one really light song to one killer
crushing song,
heavy song.
Yep.
Love that. After that, In the Presence of Enemies. They're only going to play that one. They're not playing the other part of it. Just so this is, that's just the part one. Then we're going to move on to The Glass Prison. After that, Blind Faith. Love how that song just builds and builds and builds. So it took me this long to get to a instrumental, but I want to see them play Stream of Consciousness.
Nice.
I love that too. Yeah. And then the last song before we break for the encore is In the Name of God. Another song I love. Now you'll probably, Dream Theater fans will hate me for this, but what are they going to come out with when they start? Pull Me Under. Just, yes, we've heard it a million times, but you know what? This is the Dream set list, so they'll play it 1,000,001 times. And this is the odd choice that you may think. It's like, why would you play this? I don't know. I think it's because I haven't really heard it. Space Divest.
Oh, there you go. Good choice. Yeah.
And it's maybe it's an odd place for it in the whole set, but I think it'll make sense once I tell you the next song, which you probably could figure out what I'm going to play. But got to end it off with A Change of Seasons. just the whole thing, and that would be the ending to the perfect set list that I would see at a Dream Theater show. And by that time, my back would be killing me at Roseland Ballroom. I couldn't stand anymore. So
Yeah, I'm gonna say. So are we going back in time to watch this when we were a bit younger? Because I don't know if I could stand for 3.5.
yeah, no. I could not stand for that long. Yeah.
I'm thinking just
So
like pre-pandemic, standing at Roseland for Mike Halloween and Michael Schenker group, and I'm like, after
yeah,
like an hour and a half, I'm like, my back is
at Irving Plaza.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Irving Plaza. Yeah, oof, yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. I go see that as long as I could sit down. I would definitely go see that.
Yes. Unfortunately, Roseland Ballroom, nowhere to
No
sit,
seats
but
there. No seats there.
yeah. So maybe Best Buy would be a better place. You can go back and sit.
Best Buy are those couple places we went to see them in Jersey where they had the nice seats. There was a Count Basie.
Oh yes.
That was pretty nice. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? Some of those set lists, they kind of like a little slower, and then everyone sat down, and it's just not everyone's into it. So that's why, yeah, my set list. Hopefully, everyone would be standing up, and they wouldn't be sitting back down and be bored. When they're going off and doing their noodling and all that stuff.
Which
So,
they do.
yes, which they do. Which that's fine, but too much of that is a little.
True. I
Yeah.
totally hear you. I totally hear you. All right. Well, like I said, I would definitely go see that. That's pretty cool. That's a good show. 3.5 hours. Woo.
Yeah, exactly.
I know. But you know what? Most people, you have to expect that from a Dream Theater concert. It's like
Yes.
you're going to get 2+ hours. That's just the way it is. So
Yeah, I don't think any venue would actually let people play that long anymore.
no, probably not. Probably
Yeah.
not. If it was like an outdoor thing somewhere, maybe. But yeah. Well, I'm going to go for my dream set list. I'm going to go. I'm going to go into the future a little bit to
Okay.
April 2022. And I'm hoping, by April 2022, we can have concerts again and all that kind of stuff. And I'm sure by this time, Dream Theater will have their new album out because I know they're already working on it. And I'm sure we'll get it before then. But this particular show is not really going to have anything to do with the new album. So this is going to be a kind of like, let's get back out there again, celebrate, 30+ years of Dream Theater or whatever. It's going to be the Beacon Theater in New York City.
Cool.
I've seen them at numerous times, and I think that's probably.
Have I been? Did I see him with you there?
Yeah.
I can't remember seeing. It must have just been once.
Could be. I've seen him there a couple times, but I've seen him at Radio
Yeah.
City a couple times. I've seen him at the Beacon a couple times. I've seen them so many different places, but yeah, I love the Beacon Theater anyway. It's like one of my favorite places to go to a concert. So I figure that's home away from home for a lot of New York bands, right? So so this is a really interesting show. So everybody kind of stick with me here. This is a little bizarre. I really tried to go a little out there and off the beaten path. So the house lights go down. It's a headline only show, right? No opening act. The house lights go down. All of a sudden you start to hear this weird kind of synthesizer and you hear all this doo, 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 doo. Then all of a sudden you hear dun dun, dun 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 dun, and the band comes out. And they're going to do what they don't do too often, full album show, cover show. They're going to play the entire 2112 by Rush.
Oh my God.
To start off the show. The good thing is it's less than 40 minutes long, so we don't have to worry about hearing that the whole night. But I thought, because I've only seen them do a full album thing once, and that's when they did Master of Puppets like a million years ago at the Beacon Theater. Maybe that's a show you weren't at.
No,
And,
I wasn't at that one.
Yeah, so that was kind of cool for what it was, but the Master of Puppets album is a lot longer than 2112. So by the time like halfway through that, we were all kind of like, all right, we just want to hear some Dream Theater music. But 2112 is actually one of John Petrucci's favorite albums of all time. So I think how cool would this be for them to do that? And to my knowledge, they've never done that before. They've done lots of these full album things before, but not that. So they're going to play the whole 2112 overture. They're going to do a Passage to Bangkok. They're going to do the Twilight Zone, Lessons, Tears, and then finish it off with Something for Nothing. Okay. Once they're done with that, they're going to play a couple of newer songs from the last album. They're going to go into Pale Blue Dot. Okay, from
Nice.
Distance Over Time. Then they're going to go into an instrumental, The Enigma Machine. Okay. Then they're going to talk about how, we haven't shared the stage with this guy in quite a long time. So we figure for this special night, we bring him out to come jam with us a little bit. Out walks Derek Sherinian. The band launches into the full A Change of Season. From there, they play Lines in the Sand from Falling into Infinity. Okay, so right there, we've got those two songs is, well over 30 minutes. They played the two tracks over from Distance Over Time and the full 2112. So we're going to take a little bit of a break here. Okay, so a 10-minute intermission. They're going to come back out. The band's going to come back out, and the drum kit is going to be empty. And Mr. Labrie or Mr. Petrucci, whoever one of the two, walks up to the microphone and says, we haven't had this guy, we haven't played with this guy in quite a while either. And we figured out something really special to bring him back for one special night. So would everybody please welcome Mr. Mike Portnoy? And the band is going to play the entire 12-step suite for the next hour.
Wow.
The Glass Prison from 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence, This Dying Soul from Train of Thought, The Root of All Evil from Systematic Chaos, Repentance from Systematic Chaos, and finishing it off, of course, with The Shattered Fortress from Black Clouds and Silver Linings. Band takes their bows, goes back behind the screen. Everybody's going nuts. Out comes the band, Mangini, Portnoy, Sherinian, everybody else. They launch into In the Name of God from Train of Thought. They launch into Caught in a Web from Awake, and they finish it all off with one of my favorite songs of all time from this band. Got to go back to Images and Words for the final song of the night for a little Learning to Live.
Yes.
And that's my show. Just under 3 hours of some. I would love to see it because I've always wanted, and I know Portnoy did a show, or he did on the one of the Cruise to the Edge, I think what it was, one of those cruise things where he did the whole full 12-step suite with the band from the musicians from Haken, the UK prog metal band. But I would love to see that played in succession like that. I think that'd be kind of cool. And it'd be cool to have him come play with the guys, at least one last time, right? So that's my set. So 2112, the full album to open it up. Pale Blue Dot, Enigma Machine, Change of Seasons, Lines in the Sand, the entire 12-step suite, and then the encore of In the Name of God, Caught in the Web, Learning to Live.
Yeah. Two totally different set lists.
Pretty much. I mean, we had a couple similar tracks, right? I mean, I had, because I know we have a lot of similar tastes and when it comes to some of these songs. So I mean, we had Learning to Live, Caught in the Web, In the Name of God was all repeated from our sets. And I think The Root of All Evil, did you choose in your set, or was The Glass Prison? I'm trying to think.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, both of them.
Both of them. Yeah. Okay. And Change of Season. Yeah. So
yes.
I think
how could you not want to hear that song?
Because you know what, to my knowledge, and I'd have to go back and look, I think I've only seen them play that maybe twice. I know.
Yeah,
I definitely saw
I think
it
mine's been about twice.
Yeah, I think
I still remember the first time. Well, I don't remember what show it was, but when they came out and started, I was like, that was amazing.
Because I saw them play it with Sherinian, and then I saw them play it with Rudess years later, but I don't remember exactly when. And it's funny, when I was talking to Mike Portnoy a couple weeks ago, we were talking about Sherinian's last show with the band, which was at the Chance in Poughkeepsie, New York. I was at that show, and it was right before Christmas. It was like a big Dream Theater holiday have fun show, but it was also his send-off show. And Mike was like, "Oh, you were at that show. I remember that like it was yesterday." It's like, yeah, but I don't remember I don't think they played it then. I don't know, because I think I saw them with Sherinian like 3 times. Because I saw them on Falling into Infinity. I might have seen them twice on that tour, and I think I saw them on the tour for the EP. I don't know. I don't remember. I'd have to go look. It's hard because I've seen them over 20 times, so I'm just kind of like,
man,
I don't remember. But yeah, so there we go. There you have it, everybody. Two really long, kind of different, couple similarities.
Yes, different.
Yeah, totally different.
Yeah, but you definitely had a lot more originality in your set list than I did. Mine was I wanted to go straightforward. Yeah, mine was just straightforward. I want to see my favorite songs. That's it.
Nothing wrong with that, but you pick some stuff though that they don't go back to much, which I think is kind of cool.
Right.
And I think as someone like both of us who have seen this band so many times, and I've said this, I always say this when I talk about Dream Theaters. One of the reasons why I go to see them all the time live, not just because I love them, but because you get a different set almost every single time, especially when Portnoy's in the band.
Yes. Well, I was going to say later years, no, because they're doing just the same set list pretty much all the time.
Yeah, for the full tour. But
Yeah,
back
but
in the day, when Mike was in the band, they
Yeah.
changed the set list up every night. So like Rich and I used to go see them 2, 3, 4 times during the same tour at different venues, and we'd get a completely different show every time. And that was really cool. You never knew what you were going to expect, and they don't do that anymore.
That's just amazing, being able to just know so many different songs and being able to play them like that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, because when he was out touring with them, he would figure it out as they're going along. It's not like they figured it out months earlier and that this is what we're going to play every single night. It's just, yeah.
So think about it. So let's say the tour is 50 dates, right?
Yeah.
And you're going to change that set list up every night. So in the rehearsals, getting ready to do that tour, you've basically got, you guys got to, in some cases, relearn what,
the whole
like
catalog,
40 songs or the most of the catalog, right? And these guys are that damn good that probably they didn't really have to do much of that because they've been so used to. I mean, let's face it, there's not many songs in their catalog that they have not played live at various points in time. It's not like they're dusting out songs they haven't played in 25 years. I mean, it's like, oh, we maybe haven't played these songs in 2 tours, right? So, how much rehearsal do they really need? But, then you get up there and you see them and it's just like, the musicianship is mind-boggling. So
it's like a million notes and they're not missing anything. It's just like you compare them to a band like AC/DC where the songs are a lot more simplistic, and you're not going to forget that stuff, if you're an accomplished musician. But these things, it's just like, and obviously, to tell everyone I'm not a musician whatsoever. So
I don't think you really have to be to understand what's going into this stuff, So yeah. So there you have it, everybody. Two pretty cool set lists. Would you be interested in going to see one of these 2 shows? I'd be interested in going to see anything right about now. So, I would definitely like to see the 12-step suite at some point in time, But Mike, if you're watching, what do you think? Can we make it happen? Can you talk to your old mates and make this happen? Either one of these shows. Anyway, visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. I want to thank Rich for joining me here today, talking a little Dream Theater and coming up with some cool set lists. So put them down in the comments below. Create your own dream set list, and we'll both be checking out those comments and some of these set lists and see what you guys have come up with. And stay tuned tomorrow. The last Dream set list show is happening tomorrow. So like I told you, it's going to be kind of a surprise. I kind of, I ran out of days this month. I had all these other bands I kind of wanted to do and tackle. So what I did was I took 3 of them that a lot of folks have requested that were also on my to-do list, and I'm putting them all 3 together on one big show. It's going to be a stadium show. It's going to be like one of those starting 5 o'clock in the afternoon shows. Everybody's going to get full headline shows. We're going to go all the way to 11:30 at night, and you're going to get full set lists from each of the 3 mega bands. All 3 of them are pretty mega, and that's coming up tomorrow. So stay tuned for that and a lot more here on the channel. For Rich Pardo, I am Pete Pardo. Good night, everybody.